Hi everyone, this is Amartya. Today we will be discussing how to respond to a legal notice using artificial intelligence. Now, drafting a legal notice and a reply to a legal notice, these are core skills that any lawyer should have, specifically a lawyer who is aspiring to be a corporate lawyer. So you should be very proficient and time effective when you are drafting notices and replies. And in doing that, AI is a remarkable gift. You can use it to make your job much easier. You can save time, energy, resources, and you can use that time and resources on other aspects of your work, including building your client base. Now, today, what we will do is we will imagine a hypothetical situation where your client is a construction company in the real estate sector. They have reached out to you to respond to a legal notice that they have received from another company, a real estate developer, during the construction of a particular project. So I'm just going to share my screen. We can look at this particular situation. We will feed all of this information into Bard, which is the AI platform for Google. And we will ask Bard to draft a reply to the legal notice based on the information that we are giving to it. So this is the hypothetical situation. Essentially, there are two real estate companies who have entered into an agreement to build a project, a residential project. My client, that is Golden Materials Private Limited, has received a legal notice from Royal Properties claiming breach of contract and demanding specific performance within 2 weeks. Or in the alternative, they will initiate legal action. Now, the first thing I will do is I will ask Bard, what more do you need from me? What specific information do you need from me to draft a reply? So here, Bard will give me the specific information that they need. They want the details of the contract, very important. What are the relevant clauses? What determines the nature of the relationship between the two parties? Second, what are the breach allegations? Which clauses have been breached? How have they been breached? The third thing, what is your perspective? What is your client saying to you? What is the defense? What are the counterclaims? What have you done to rectify the situation if you have done anything? Fourth, very important, what is the outcome that you desire? So here you need to see what is it that you ultimately want. You want to comply with the alleged breach, then maybe it might not be a good idea to reply to the notice itself. However, if you want to present your defense, you want to put on record that you have actually not breached any clause, or you want to go further and say that the other side have actually breached the contract, this is a good opportunity for you to make those specific claims from the other party, that is Golden Materials. Now, finally, what is the additional information? Anything else that is relevant, you can put in here. That depends on you and also the fact situation. What I have done here is I have, in accordance with these 5 pointers, I have given the specific information. Here I've tried to give it as detailed as possible so that Bard has all the information it needs to draft an effective response. First thing, what is its date? What is the timeline of the project construction? Second thing, clause 3.1 talks about which materials are to be supplied. This will be supplied on a monthly basis, and the quantity is fixed in terms of a supply schedule. Clause 3.2 states that the materials is to be supplied by the 5th of each month, after which the invoice is generated and payment of 5 lakhs is made before the 15th of each month by Royal Properties to Golden Materials. Then there is clause 4, which says that what happens in case Royal Properties fails to make the payment. Then there is a delay interest of 12% on the payment that has been delayed, 12% per month. As per clause 7, there is quality assessment mechanism. The quality has to be assessed, and then only after that the payment will be made to satisfy that the materials are of a sufficient quality. Now, what are the breaches that have been alleged? Notice dated 15th December 2023. The first breach is that Golden Materials has stopped supply of its materials altogether after 5th July 2023. So on 5th July, they supplied the last batch, and after which they have not supplied anything else. The second allegation is that even the materials supplied on 5th July were of poor quality. So it does not meet the quality requirements as per the agreement. Royal Properties has claimed that the delay caused by Golden Materials has disrupted the construction timeline, resulting in increased project costs and financial implications. So that is essentially what is the claim against you. What have they demanded from you? Please resume supply within 2 weeks, including the batch that you had supplied on 5th July, which is faulty. So you supply that. Otherwise, the termination of contract will happen and we will initiate legal proceedings. Now, what is your client's stance? Here I have put in all the stances of all the defense of the client. Firstly, in toto, you will deny all allegations of breach of contract. That is the first step. You have to be very mindful of doing this. Otherwise, you will make the mistake of inadvertently admitting to certain parts of the allegations. Secondly, your allegation is that you were never paid for the material supplied by you on 5th July. So if you are not paid, then how can you actually claim that I have breached the contract? It is you who have breached the contract by not paying me in terms of the agreement. Third, the materials were actually of adequate quality. We also have an internal quality audit mechanism. And as per that mechanism, the materials have been satisfactorily found to be of a certain quality. And we also have a report for that particular mid-batch of materials. Fourthly, non-payment of the supply of materials dated 5th July 2023 has affected the operations of Golden Materials. Therefore, they are not able to supply any further. Because you have not paid me, I am not able to manufacture, and therefore I am not able to supply. So what do we want from you? We want you to make the pending payment with interest at 12%. After that, we will resume our supply. If you do not make the pending payment, we will be compelled to initiate legal action. Now, this is the entire factual matrix that I have given to BARD. Now, let us see what kind of a response they have drafted. The first is, who is it addressed to? Who is it from? All of these things can change as per the requirements of the situation. Subject: reply to legal notice dated 15 December 2023. That in itself is actually sufficient. Whenever you reply to a legal notice, you just need to mention this in the subject. This is a reply to the legal notice dated so and so, whenever that legal notice was originally sent. Now, in the first paragraph itself, it is important to do this. We categorically reject all allegations of contractual breach and assert that Royal Properties itself has violated the agreement by failing to comply with its payment obligations. This is important because at the very outset, you are making it clear that you have not violated anything. In fact, the other side has violated the contract. Now you go forward, deny the contractual breach. Firstly, you will assert that you have supplied the material as per the timeline throughout. You have the documented proof of deliveries, which you can provide. Second thing, even the material given on 5th July 2023 underwent a quality audit. Therefore, that complies with the quality requirements of the agreement. Therefore, there is no breach of the quality clause in the agreement. After that, you will mention that it is actually Royal Properties that has breached the agreement by neglecting its payment obligations under clause 3.2. I have supplied to you on 5th July. You have not paid me. Therefore, you have breached the contract. And then that breach that you have caused has impaired my ability to manufacture the materials. Therefore, I am not able to manufacture and supply any further materials because of the fact that you have not paid me for the materials that I had supplied on 5th July 2023. Now, what is the way forward? Here, you will put your case forward. You are demanding here that you immediately pay the outstanding sum of rupees 5 lakhs along with the interest as per the clause 4 of the agreement until the date of payment. So, calculated from 15th August until the date of payment. Upon receipt of the completed payment, we commit that we will resume deliveries. We will start supplying again within 2 weeks. So that is the reasonable solution. And you are also making your case strongly at the same time. In conclusion, you again mentioned this is not exactly necessary, but BARD has drafted it and it is useful to have a conclusion as well. So you are concluding by rejecting it again, all the allegations, and you are demanding rectification of the payment breach. Finally, you are mentioning that we encourage open communication, and this is a standard boilerplate clause to show bona fides and the fact that this is not something intended to be adversarial, though it might be, but it is not intended to be. Now, I have put another prompt here. I want the quality audit report to be enclosed with the response. I have asked BARD to include that. So we have included this line at the very end that this reply is accompanied by quality audit report for the July 5th, 2023 delivery, further substantiating our adherence to quality standards. So that, in essence, sums up whatever you need to mention in your reply in this particular fact situation. The key is to give as much information as possible to BARD, give all the details, all the nuances, everything that you want BARD to know, and everything that you think BARD should keep in mind when it is drafting the reply. So you should also mention the tone. You are drafting this as a legal professional. You can also mention that. But in essence, it's a very reasonable and decent reply. You can use this as a draft, or which you can work upon further, or you can further give more prompts to BARD to shape it, to mold it to the desired outcome that you want. I hope this was useful for all of you. Thank you so much.